Alright guys, this is going to be RW-WDC2430. I'm not sure what cabinet this is, but this is from Habitat from Humanity, and we're going to get it built. We'll make it happen, don't worry guys. This is your next cabinet, but they don't give any instructions. Just a bag of screws. It'll be fun. Alright, I think I have the general layout of pieces. These are going to be the shelves, okay? We're going to set these aside. And these are white on both sides. There's two of them that are white, and these two are going to be wood color on both sides. These are the shelves. This is going to be the top, and this is going to be the bottom. So I'm going to set these aside, and I'll show you the layout of how this goes together. Alright, so I'm going to bring you guys back in. I mounted, in the previous shot, I showed you that there's two pilot holes here, two up there, and it's on both sides. So I'm going to use 4 brackets per panel, okay, and you can do that in the left and the right. And again, just make sure you're keeping track of the tiny dado, and then on this larger piece, it's got the groove cut in. So just keep all those in order, and this is the main layout, okay? Okay guys, so now I got the frame set up. I want this cabinet to open to the door to swing to the left. So I have the hinges to my left, so when I stand it straight up, again, the door open to my left. If you want it to open to your right, just spin it around so that the hinges are to your right. I attached the 4 brackets using the small screws. And if you go in the pack, you'll have these 2 black brackets, and those are fastened with the small screws. Then we're going to go ahead and slide in the corner pieces that we already put the brackets on, and we want the dados, the grooves. Do these have the grooves on them? Right here, these with the grooves to be facing up. Okay, so this flat part is going to go into this groove. We'll put some wood glue there. Okay, so when you come back, you're going to see the 2 sides sticking up with the dado grooves being suspended. All right, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I added some wood glue, and I made sure I cut these corner pieces too with some wood glue. And I'm going to spread those out. I just wanted to show you where I'm gluing up. And I'm going to add those pieces in, and I'll bring you back in after they're screwed in. Okay, so now we should have something like this. There's 2 screws holding in this side, 2 screws holding in this side. The thin dado groove is here, thin dado groove is there. Now we're going to drop in the bottom and the top. We'll add glue, and we'll fix it using the tiny screws on the bottom. All right. So we're going to put the top and the bottom. Remember, the white side is the outside, so that's going to be, not going towards the in. So wood grain is on the inside, white is on the outside. Okay, so you should have this slid in like so. And like I said, we'll just bring it forward and we'll screw it in. And then the same thing on the opposite side. I already added the wood glue. And this will just slide. I'm doing it one-handed, so you gotta bear with me. I'll just slide right in, like so. And just make sure you're all the way in the dado groove, okay? So let me get this screwed up. And you don't have to add a ton of screws, because you are gonna have to shift the cabinet a little bit to get everything to line up. So I may just add 1 screw in each bracket until we get everything together. Okay, so now you should have something like this. And you know, like I said, we got all the brackets on there. I don't have screws everywhere in case I want to shift this around. Well, we're going to take this side panel, okay, and you'll notice that there's a series of dowels. That's for your shelf. And then you have some pre-drilled holes. Then you're going to have the dado on this side. I'm going to show you how it goes in, but we're going to add glue. It's just going to literally, it's going to sit like a track. It's going to sit like a track on the dado groove and just slide right in. And then it'll sit flush. You have to give it a little jiggle. There you go. You see, I just lifted it forward a little bit, and it went right in. Then we'll add the 1-inch screws. But we're gonna add glue first. So I'll take this off camera, and we'll get this screwed in. Okay, so I added glue in all the seams. I also added glue on this piece as well. And we're gonna try and do this one-handed, but there's glue on this piece already. So what I like to do is take this whole piece and get it on this track. And I'm just keeping it at an angle. We're gonna slide it down, and I just give it a little shake. And you're gonna feel it drop. Do you see now we're completely lined up? This is how it looks. And there's no gaps. And I'm gonna sit it down. Now we're completely seated. I'm gonna add screws. Okay, no screws here, just screws on the top and the bottom to pull this in. Okay, so now we're ready for the back piece. And I just want to show you, this is going to slide in. I have it in already. It's easier for me to set it in place and take it off and show you, but this will sit on the dados and it'll slide straight in. I'm going to add glue to the joint and also glue to the back. Because the glue is really what holds the cabinet together. The screws are just clamps, so they're really just temporary. So we're going to take this off. We're going to add glue to our dados and get this in place. And then the last piece will come lock in, fold over, and then we're done. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to slide this whole thing in and we're going to screw it. Again, I got glue here. I got glue on the inside. I like to glue both sides of the wood. All right, so we're going to get this in, and I'll bring it back once it's screwed in place. We're in the home stretch. Last piece. So I added some glue along here, glue here, glue in the seam, extra glue here, extra glue there, and then there's even glue in this dado. And we're going to slide this in just like the other one. All right, one-handed. Pick it up. I'm going to bring it on a slight angle. You guys with me? Sorry. I'll get this in the lock in. Should look like that. Slight angle. As we rotate it, we want to get the dados right there to lock in. There you go. It's one side. Maybe look on the other side. There you go. There we go. Perfect. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not too worried about the extra glue. I'm gonna wipe that out. All right. And then we're gonna push this down, and we'll get that squared away. And then, like I said, we're gonna put the screws right in. And that's going to be clamped and good to go. After we stand the whole cabinet straight up, and we'll put the shelves in. So off camera, I'm going to add the screws in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so by now, in the bag, you'll have these like little bumpers, top and bottom. And I find it easier to put all the shelves in. The two shelves, put them in together. Don't try putting one at a time, and put both the shelves in, let them rest on the bottom, and then work your way up and establish how you want your shelves. You know, also keep in mind, they got like screw heads in here. So if you have extra screws, that's probably because you can screw your shelves in place. We're not going to do that. We're going to leave it like that in case the customer wants to change in. You will have some extra brackets, and that's for you to reinforce the top and the bottom, which I'm going to do off video. But this is done. Okay, so if you use up all the brackets, it should look something like this on this side, and then on this side. And I didn't show it on camera, but remember the 2 screws on the bottom on this plate right here. There's 2 screws. Okay, they're the 1-inch wood screws. Don't forget those.